Aren't you sober? Like full sober?
Yeah, I mean, sober's the wrong word for me because I don't. It's not like I have like I'm not like recovering or anything. I did drink pretty heavily because I would just drink whenever I would DJ, and then there was a 2009 was a big turning point when I just was like, all right, I'm done drinking every show, and then that just led me I was like, okay, I'm pretty good. I never actually got into hard drugs. I dabbled in weed very little, enough to try it enough where it just didn't do what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know,
it feels exhausting, that life of constantly traveling and smoking and drinking. And I feel bad for most DJs because a lot of them get through it by partying. But like, did you have a catalyst that made you go cold turkey? Like, did something go horribly wrong?
Yeah. My very, my very close friend, he was more of like kind of like a big brother to me. He passed away, and that really like tore me up. So it wasn't like he died of drinking per se. It was just, for me, I just needed it was a complete reality check on everything. And like, when you're DJing and you're like, I mean, in the beginning, when you're DJing smaller bars and clubs, it's like you're partying. When you're DJing concerts and bigger shows, you're putting on a show. But when you're in the club world, you're like kind of one with the crowd. So like if they're lit, like you're lit with them, you know what I mean? So it's kind of easy to like drink and party with them. And if that's your thing every night, a couple years down the line, you're like, wow, I drank like, I got drunk like 200 nights a year, it's just a lot, you know what I mean? Like, so, you don't realize it until it catches up with you. And then at that moment I was like, well, I'm done. I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to use this as like a kind of stopping point. Yeah. And like, for me, I feel lucky because I was never really addicted to it where I needed to drink. I just was always nervous before I went
for sure
to DJ. And it like helped me loosen up where I can just get crazy with it.
Yeah. Which I totally understand. It's liquid courage is what it is. And by the way, I'm sorry to hear about the loss of a friend. I did a horrible lead into that. That was way too lighthearted.
No. I mean, no. I mean, we're just casually talking about it, but like, his name is DJ AM, and he's
of course,
and he's at that time, he was the pioneer for DJs. He was the aspirational goal of what DJs could do with their lives. And because before then, like DJs we'd make money, but not like that. We were like popular, but we were not celebrities. He was a celebrity. He was the first one to really make like some sizable amount of money from it. And he was also just a really kind, generous human being. So I was lucky just to be able to be in his presence and learn a lot from him. And it was just a sad story of him passing away. And, I mean, since that turning point though, like it's clear my shows have changed. I've transformed as a human.